What is the number one thing couples argue about in marriage? Money. And a lot of people say it is one of the main causes of divorce. But is it the actual dollars and change that people divorce over, or the way people talk about money, the communication, or lack about it that causes the problems? We're going to find out because our marriage expert, Dr. Tabitha Johnson, is here back on the morning show with ways to talk to our spouses about money. I guess the first thing is total disclosure, right?
Total disclosure. And this is one of those things that I think sometimes people keep secrets, and then some people actually just, they don't think about it to tell people. I'm amazed at how many times I sit down with people that are stressed about money, that are going through major financial crisis, and they can't even tell you, oh, my wife comes out and says, oh, I have a credit card here, and I have a credit card at TJ Maxx and Marshall's and here and here. And the husband's saying, what? I didn't know this was going on. In the same way, sometimes people don't even know how much is in their bank account, if it's $8 or $800. And so it's got to be total disclosure. What's going on? How much debt do you have? How much savings? What are your goals for retirement? And if you have some habits that are pretty expensive, whether that's hunting or shopping, for me, that would be shopping. Whatever it may be, tell your partner, be upfront. And that can be for people who are just getting married or, again, people that have been married a long time. Keep that disclosure.
Now, you suggest that couples basically have a system. Suppose you have one who's a saver and one who's a spender. How do you develop a system that keeps everybody happy?
Yeah. Well, I would suggest that the saver be the one who's probably managing the finances. And particularly someone who's probably the more organized needs to make sure that they're the person who's making sure the bills get paid. Because if one person can't find their keys in the morning and loses absolutely everything, forgets everything, it's probably not good to put them in charge of paying the light bill. And so making sure that you have a system, and not one system works for everyone. You've got to figure out what works for the two of you. There are lots of different websites that are great for people. Mint.com is a free website to help people get a budget together, look at their debt situation, look at their savings, kind of pulls everything together, and it's free.
Is it also good to put it all in black and white, write it down so you know where the money's going, who's doing what, who's responsible for what?
Yes, very big. Write down your vision. I'm very big about this part, and I think that a lot of people have this vision in their head. Well, we want to retire at this age. We want to have a second home maybe someday, or we want to put our kids through college, but they just have it in their head and they never write it down. And so I encourage people, write the vision down and have it somewhere where you can see it a lot. Have it on your refrigerator, in your bathroom, whatever it may be, because if you keep seeing it, hopefully when those big temptations come, the really nice dress or shoes, or for guys maybe the big flat screen TV, that you can really remember, okay, what are our long-term goals, and does this fit within that?
And if things change, you've got to communicate that as well. Keep your spouse informed.
Absolutely. You've got to keep talking about it because things do change. Some things you may have wanted a year ago, and you're like, oh, it's not really that important. Families change, and so goals and dreams change as well.
So it doesn't have to break your marriage up. You just have to communicate and talk about it.
You have to keep talking about it. Absolutely.
Good thing I don't have any money. I've got nothing to talk about this. Dr. Tabitha, always a pleasure.
Thank
Good to
you.
be here.